Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Lois Cordes. I'm a student of Professor Morris in the Foundations of Organizational Leadership. I'm going to share with you a little about my research paper on test anxiety. And I thought I'd share a little of my abstract with you to begin with. Test anxiety has been extensively researched, analyzing children and adults, observing the disabled and the gifted, in addition to encompassing a diverse range of cultures and occupations. And I am going to focus on idealistic perfectionism, the setting of unrealistic goals, and the nerve-wracking fear of failure. My paper, the name of it is Test Anxiety, the Common Thread. And we're going to go over and find out what the common thread is between these three areas of test anxiety. First, you'll have idealistic perfectionism. Perfectionism is a personality trait displeased with anything that does not meet high standards. Then you have unrealistic goals, where it's never enough, it's never good enough. And you have the fear of failure, thinking you have failed. And all three of these tie together, because if you are a perfectionist and you don't meet the perfection, you feel you have failed. If you have your unrealistic goals and you don't hit those goals, you feel you have failed. So all three of these can make you feel as if you're a failure. Idealistic perfectionism, a few words that will describe it is determination. This person is determined to do the best that they can, to do more than the best that they can, to make a 100% plus. They focus on achievement. They want to achieve the most that they can. They want to be accepted by everyone. They have a lot of anxiety that builds up within them because being perfect, you have a lot of nerves and anxiety going on to be perfect. And then you have shame. You have the shame of, what if I don't make the 100%? What if I only make a 92? To the perfectionist, that's shameful. And then you have the fear. What if I do fail? What if I don't meet the goal that I've set for myself? And that takes us right into the unrealistic goals. This student has very high expectations for themselves. They set the goal so high that no one can meet it. They have pressures from everyone, from their parents to do the best that they can do, from their friends wanting to do better than their friends, from their co-students. Like a student may say, oh, I did this good, what did you get? And you just never know what they're going to say. And then you have acceptance. They want to be accepted by everyone, just as the perfectionist does. And along with the anxieties and the perfection, and you want to they have worry. They worry all the time about how are they going to do, how are they going to meet that goal. And they have their doubts. They doubt themselves. Can I do this? I don't think I can do this. And then disappointment. If they don't reach the goal that they've set for themselves, they're disappointed in themselves. Then they feel rejection. The rejection of, I didn't do as well as I should have done. And that takes us into the fear of failure. And the students that have this fear of failure, it's an irrational fear, a fear that doesn't make any sense, but that it is there. And they have all these negative emotions inside of them, making them feel like they can't do well enough, that they will fail at everything they try, and they feel that everyone is judging them, judging that they aren't doing the best that they can do, and they feel inadequate, and they feel inferior, and the fear can be so strong that it's paralyzing, and when they get the test in front of them, they can't even complete it because they're so paralyzed with fear. So the common thread between the perfectionist and the student that sets the goals and the student that has all this fear is the acute level of test anxiety that they feel. The ideal perfectionist will not accept anything other than a perfect score. Anything lower than a perfect score is unacceptable. The student that has unrealistic goals is determined to achieve those unrealistic goals. Whether it's possible or not, they're determined to achieve them. And the student that has the fear of failure is plagued by feelings of low self-esteem and irrational anxiety. So when you bring this together, test anxiety, the common thread is the acute level of test anxiety, which produces extreme stress, making it difficult to focus, to recall, or even to complete the test. Now, do we have any questions based on what I've talked about of test anxiety?
I was wondering, suppose a person has a B, and would that be acceptable at all to this person, even though they have this fear of failure?
Having a B, it would be an acceptable grade as a passing grade, but it wouldn't be acceptable to the person, because the perfectionist and the person that it has all these goals that they've set for themselves, all they will accept for themselves is an A. They want 100%. They get upset if they get a 92%. 100% is what is acceptable to them, and anything else they feel is failure.
92% is an A, isn't it?
It is an A, but it's not a perfect score.
For that person.
Correct.
Okay.
So, hi, this is me talking. Can someone be multiple categories?
Yes, in fact they can. In fact, this paper actually reflects a lot of my own personality, and I am a combination of these. I am a perfectionist. I work very hard on my work, and I study and I redo, trying to make it as perfect as possible. And I set goals for myself, even though that I work full time and I work in the ministry and help in my church, and I have a daughter who has a brand new baby, my first grandbaby, and I do photography on the side, and I'm buying a condo right now, and I have all of these other things going on in my life. I have these goals set that all I will accept for myself is an A. And if I get a B, I'm devastated. So yes, I fall into all of these categories. So are there any other questions?
Would you not accept a 92%, or you strive always for 100%?
I always strive for 100%. I accept the 92%, knowing that it is an A, but I beat myself up thinking I could have studied more and I could have studied harder, and what did I not study correctly, and that I missed that problem that I should have gotten correct. Thank you all for your attention, and thank you for helping me for my homework assignment.